Now we have been using the Elephone for more than 2 weeks. It's quite an awesome smartphone as we were expecting it after unboxing. The P7000 has a successor, the P8000. We'll also try to check that out. Before here you can see we have now this beautiful smartphone with Android 5.0 Lollipop installed and also some apps already pre-installed, and it's running really smoothly with 8 cores and for around $200 by GearBest and the Chinese online shop. You can see that we not only have the smartphone inside that box, but also, as you were able to see in our unboxing, an extra display protection foil, even though there's already one on here, then a display protection glass, which will protect your smartphone, like for example when you drop it, like I dropped my iPhone 6 Plus a few times. You can see it seems like the display is broken, but it's not, because it's only the glass on the front that you glued on here is broken. You can take that off and it will be like a new phone, and it also feels better to use than just the regular disc protection foils. And you have also here this nice little view cover with the round front, where you can also access a few information, and then on the back a see-through cover. So all kinds of awesome things for only $200 here inside the box of this Elephone P7000. So before we start with the software, let's again go around the outside a little bit. With, as you can see, we have here the volume rocker. On the bottom there's 2 speakers, and on the right side there's the on and off switch, which we can easily press to lock and unlock. For unlocking, you can type in here a code, a password, whatever you want, or what I usually do is just put my finger on the fingerprint sensor, since there's a quite awesome fingerprint sensor here on the back. Also here there is one flashlight, a camera, which we shot a few pictures with, 30 megapixels, and then also micro USB and headset port here in the Elephone P7000, this beautiful smartphone with a full metal body actually here all around. Now the only thing that I was missing is maybe that it's waterproof and an infrared sensor, but both are really not that essential for the device. There's also a microphone here on the bottom, a camera on the front with really high resolution, and if I just put my finger on here, you will see we are almost instantly in here, and you can add up to 5 fingers, I think. So I have this one, and this one here, depending on which I want to use to unlock the phone, which is really easy to set up, as you will be able to see when we just go here to the finger scanner. I have 2 fingers registered, and I could say I want actually even more. What I have to do is just put in my finger, and then you can see up to 5 fingerprints. If I press the plus button, it will tell me to just put my finger on there, and then we can just add another finger, which I don't want to do right now. But you can see we're already in the settings, where there's quite a few settings, like just the standard Android settings, but also some extras like the Harlequin LED notification, because here on the bottom the home button is actually also an LED notification light, which you can set up which light it should glow in and how long it should glow it in, so it doesn't blink for 2-3 days because there's one Facebook message or one new email here. So you guys can see that you can set up a few different colors for messages, for calls, and also for just a button. When we press anything, that it glows green, for example, right now, but it could also be a different color. Now the back button is actually right here, and the settings button is right here, which of course doesn't work always. Just for example here, if I want to set up my different home pages, I can use that, or in apps the 3 little dots are missing then, because you just have here your settings button, which can be handy. So otherwise you can see that it's quite a simple menu here. We can set it up without, for example, the Google Now is right here on top. Since there's no home button, I cannot delete this actually here on top with the home button. If I just press that for a long time, you get here the recently opened apps area, where you can easily close them by just swiping, and you can already see that we have quite a few things open, so it shouldn't be that fast, but of course there's enough RAM inside, and the full HD display is also working still quite nicely in terms of speed, thanks to the octa-core processor that we have in here. So that's why we got a quite few good Antutu benchmark result. You can see it here. The P7000 got 42,000 points, which is comparable with other high-end smartphones from last year, but of course this one costs only $200, and the high-end smartphones from last year cost around $300 to $400 still, like for example the Samsung Galaxy S6, S5 or other devices. Now I don't know why the ranking is not loading. Let's just go to info, which there seems to be a problem with, so let's just open up the app again. And while this is opening, actually I wanted to do some comparisons, but it seems like Antutu is just not responding right now, which is alright, since I can still show you guys, for example, also here another benchmark, which is called Quadrant. We also got a result there, which I can show you in the screenshots later, but for the system information, you can see here again, we have, for example, here the total memory, then of course MediaTek, 8 cores, and otherwise not much to see except for the display resolution, of course full HD. Everything else is a little bit gibberish. And of course Wi-Fi and everything else works perfectly. Also Bluetooth here in the smartphone. And if I just want to open up a browser, I could use the standard browser by Google, which is in this case not Chrome, but here you can see for some reason it's opening up the P6000 event, not the P7000 event, which doesn't make any sense. But you can see that it's running quite nicely here. Also with larger web pages, even though we are having just Wi-Fi running right now. So you can see here the different devices. We could go here, for example, also to just the P7000, which is the first, I think, by the company with a fingerprint reader here. And yeah, you can see that it's loading quite quickly. You can also zoom in and out. 64-bit processor, everything is inside here, LTE, Gorilla Glass. And yeah, this is really just a perfect match between design, power and price especially. I love that it really only has a price tag of $300 and it really still feels quite good. The back cover could be a bit less plasticish, but still a huge 3000 500 milliamp battery inside will also be awesome, and especially dual SIM is also not seen on a lot of devices still. I know in China it's more common, but to have in Europe, that's also still good to just travel between, for example, for me, between Germany and Hungary a lot. Don't have to change the SIM cards all the time. So what we'll do now is start a little bit of gaming. Relic Run, one of my favorite games to just show in reviews. After we will show a little bit the camera and then also do some comparisons, for example, in size with Apple iPhone 6 and Plus. That is also a 5.5-inch device, as you can see, but still a little bit taller. Not much taller though. Usually there is smaller devices like the LG G4 with 5.5 inches that are a lot smaller. What I want to do is not read all this stuff, so let me just show you the games. And actually the two speakers in the bottom are not really two speakers, it's only one speaker. It just seems like two speakers, because if I put my finger here, the sound will go mute almost, and here not. So it's just a single speaker. I don't want to do here Google Play, and I just want to play. Seems to run smoothly, but a bit small maybe. Come on, I jumped. I like to test this game actually because there is a lot of graphics performance here, I think, with all kinds of animations. As you can see, it stutter a little bit. But there's of course a lot of apps running in the background. But again, this phone only costs $200, so we always have to keep that in mind. And the full HD screen is of course not that easy to handle for a smartphone. So it's getting a little bit harder, so I will just dive for you guys in a few seconds and then we can move on to something else than gaming. That was a close one. Some mild violence for you guys. So let me just die here. I don't want to play anymore, even though there's some monsters I want to kill here maybe. Anyhow, let's just drop here and then let's quit. So we showed you a little bit of browsing. What I can also show you if it's playing, for example, YouTube videos in full HD. Before we go over to the camera, let's just try some music video. Actually, I have a song, SAX by Funky Beats. Well, maybe we should try it here. Actually, these are all no music videos, just a picture. Which is a little bit sad. So just try something like Calabria, whatever. Just want to try the HD video capabilities and to show you guys that the display is really quite nice. Quality here, and let's try full HD. So the picture is quite nice, the music is not that nice right now, or the video, but yeah. Seems like that's also here done. So for videos or gaming, it's a fine phone. Let's try the camera. Here we go, it started up alright. So in terms of speed, quality also quite perfect with all the light here now going on. Wide angle is also okay. The whole case is fitting here in the picture, even though it's really not that far away. Let's see what kind of settings we have. So we have, for example, GPS. In the camera, we could there say we want gesture shots, anti-shake, smile shots. We can shoot up to 40 pictures with continuous shooting. 30 megapixel is the max, and in video mode, we have electrical image stabilization if you want that. And the video quality can set up to be fine, which is quite strange that there's no resolutions and actually the full HD resolution is defined. Try that out, but it saves in 3GP data format, which is really quite strange and old, and you shouldn't use this smartphone for a lot of video because there is just better video cameras or smartphone cameras available. Motion tracking is also possible here. Then we can just go to live photo, which I don't know exactly what that should be. Let's just go back to regular photo shoot. We have here the possibility to set up HDR also if you would want that, which is also a lot of quite important for a few people if you want to shoot against direct sun or there's just not too much sunlight. You can of course turn on the flash or turn around the camera for the 5 megapixel front camera also, which is also amazing because you can see here every detail also on my camera, and we can also enable here the beauty mode, which means that my face will just be a little bit smoother, which girls usually love, so they don't have to powder themselves that much, and you can start shooting videos or pictures right here, or of course set up also the camera here again with 5 megapixel max resolution, or again here in video quality you only have high anymore, which means 720p. So let's see what kind of pictures I shot. Here for example I made some sushi. Here you can see if you go really close also really some details. I know my sushi doesn't look the best, but for this purpose it was alright. Then if we go to the next picture or something else, I was making some German food here. And then let's try, for example, the low light video. This was something I shot with the camera in 5 minutes, which is actually not stop motion, but not slow motion, but the hyperlapse feature is also built in. But otherwise, in terms of low light picture quality without flash, the camera is really just alright, not the best if you ask me, but with regular light, the camera is totally fine. And actually the auto rotation of the display is off. So let me turn that on again, somewhere here, auto rotate, here we go. So guys can see here again, nice little details from my kitchen. Let's try again the low light video here. See that the focus is right now here, which is alright and sharp, but once I switch or go a bit to the camera to the right a little bit, I would say it's just alright. But you can see the full video in full detail on my YouTube channel, on tech video on my German channel if you are interested. So there's not much else to say about the phone. It's a really nice device. Could be a little bit slimmer, but of course the big battery is also a good feature. You can see again here the iPhone 6 Plus comparison. Otherwise, compared to a Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, it's of course a lot bigger since it has a bigger screen. But the battery is also again therefore bigger, 3500 instead of 3000. And also there's some Chinese competitors like Honor 5.5 inch, Honor 6 Plus. Or actually this one only has 5.3 inches maybe, I'm not even sure since it seems to be smaller, but anyhow you can see of course more plastic, double the price almost, and also a little bit of metal all around, but I wouldn't pay double the price for a phone that has almost the same specs, but here you just have this nice little vanilla Android with everything running quite quickly, smoothly, and nicely. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. My name is Balazs, and this was the Elephone P7000 in a full review. I thank you for gearbest.com again for sending me this.